Yo, what is going on, everybody? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, male and female. Why does that feel like that? That's weird. Okay, anyway, why is it numb? That makes no sense. It's never been numb before. Anyways, yo, what's going on? Today is gonna be kind of a funny day because this series I already started, and it's the podcast series. But this one's going to be not only live and also before the first episode comes out. So when the first episode comes out, is going to be soon, but the second episode is going to come out before the first episode. So either way, both episodes will be coming out. And if you're like, yo, I can't hear you. Well, whoops. What is this? How'd that even happen? How'd that even get in there? Okay. Fucked up people. Brain. Where's my... Hey. You know what? Nah. We're going to keep it like this. So, welcome to the Legends Chambers. Only legends come here to talk about, the latest topics, stuff like that. Legends come around, gather around in the chambers, around this round table to talk about great stuff. Now, first off and foremost, if you're wondering how I started this channel specifically, so if you didn't know, I had a channel previously to this that I was going to keep doing, but it was just pretty much the end of that one. Now I'm making this one. And I've been doing YouTube for 7 years, I believe. So I've been doing YouTube for 7 years, and which, by the way, go follow the Twitter and Instagram if you haven't already. The Legend of ZX. It's basically just TheLegendofZX. Pretty much simple as that. But the Instagram one, unfortunately, I couldn't do that exact same name, so just put X in before you put the Legend of ZX. So, it's weird. That's the first time that's actually happened. Why is it numb though? I don't understand. Like, I feel like I could do that magic trick. No, we can't do that. But wake up. Nah, that's not gonna work. Okay. Ow. So, soon we will have guests on the show, other legends that will be participating to talk about stuff that we usually talk about, here. And another reason I like it live is we can also, during the stream, answer some questions. So if anybody ends up having any questions, I can answer them on the stream. So let's see. I'm gonna look at this real quick. Later on in the series, probably like a whole, these first, like, I guess you could say premiere, like, episodes that were just starting, these first ones aren't gonna have, like, we're not gonna have all the stuff we're gonna have later, I guess. I don't know. But I have a certain way I'm gonna set up these specifically, technically and sexually. But they're they're gonna be pretty good. But you know, like for example, this channel and the old channel, I just kind of have my own type of comedy, own type of it's definitely its own thing, it's like entertainment comedy, and then you have all these other stuff in there. There's a lot to it. There really is a lot to it, and there's a lot to come, and then there's a lot. There's a lot. I don't know why that opened. I don't know why that's open. But we're going to have a intro soon, not specifically, excuse me, on just intro to the channel, to like the usual gaming videos, stuff like that. I got the song here, and goes a little bit like this,
And been out in the world anyway. Was hoping I could catch you throwing smiles in my face.
No, it's fine. Okay, no. But seriously though, it's showing ads. Why did it have to show ads as soon as I was doing that? All right, come on. Let's see. Hopefully we don't get copyrighted, because I'm only playing a little bit of this song, and that is not it. But we did a funny parody kind of video on that. It's a good one. But anyways, yeah, that's going to be the intro song. If you have not heard of it, it's already on a playlist if you want to hear the full song. But I'm going to try to figure out how to make an intro out of that. And I had a couple songs I was going to do. I had the Chill Bill Rob Stone song that I used to have on my old channel as the intro, and I was going to continue that because it was such a unique and classic intro to many that came to that channel. And Rob Stone, dude, them phones, I'm saying crack the code, and then I pause it, and then the bass is like thumping through the TV. Besides the bass of whatever's happening in the other room, we don't talk about that. Stuff was lit back then in 2015, 2016. No, maybe 2015. Stuff was lit. A lot of stuff was going on. And you just hear "My Name Is" by Eminem in the background. So that, along with like the intro, like just chill, vibing, and then you got "My Name Is," it just set up like everything it needed to be in the background. Like it set everything up. And then the bass was thumping, and through the walls because of the other song, and then the Chill Bill throughout the TV. It was a pretty good TV, and it was Rob Stone, who damn phones, if I belong, saying crack the code. And then I paused and I said, "Holy shit, that bass though!" And then the intro. We're probably not going to have an intro similar to that. We're probably, unless we find one, unless we end up making one, throughout the process of this channel, throughout the evolution. But it's just going to be the song for right now. And, I'm still working on getting an intro. I'm still working on getting an outro. I don't even know if I'll have an outro. Maybe. It really is just, maybe some videos I'll have an outro, maybe some I won't. Like it's, I'm just, it's all about having fun and, going with it. So I'm gonna watch this video real quick. Hopefully it's not loud, but also I kind of hope it is. It still don't really make any sense. I'd show the video, but I don't even know like if it caught it. That was a weird thing. Okay, so we're 10 minutes in though, so we should probably start getting into other topics because, So how I started Well, YouTube. I started YouTube back in, I believe, 2008, somewhere around that time, and I'm pretty sure it's 2008 though. So I've been on this platform for 3 years longer after it started, and it's been a journey. I've seen a lot of content. I've seen a lot of stuff on YouTube. Throughout the whole. Just I was there before Google Plus. It was freaking popping. You know what I'm saying? They had like and then Twitch came out. And Twitch was popping for a little bit. Um, I didn't really use Twitch that much though. I kind of stayed on YouTube. I mean, I feel like most of the majority when Twitch even came out and was popping just kind of stayed on YouTube or used both. I mean, I used both, but I kind of stayed more on YouTube because I was like, it's fun and stuff, but YouTube was just still kind of popping somewhat. And I've been on this platform for a fat minute. 7 years ago is when I first started, creating content. Actually, I take that back. I think 9 years ago, actually, I started making making content. Um, so it's almost been a whole decade. So, yeah, that's pretty crazy. Wait, this platform for quite a long time, like almost, probably like close to 2 decades now. But I pretty much this was my TV. Like, no, I'm still watch a little bit of TV, but maybe not a little bit, but still, I still watch some, quite a bit of content on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter. I've been there. But it's another thing, like, watching it, being a fan and, being a follower, stuff like that. Like, Twitch, not Twitch, Twitter, bird. Uh, no, I'm just kidding. But it's another thing to create the content, and it's another thing to get out there. But personally, me, when I started creating content, I was really like, I was hooked. Like, I was like, once I first started, I was like, this is kind of fun. I'm getting comments from these people, you know, later on, I'm starting to get comments and, subscribers and, people from like all around the freaking planet that were watching my channel, and I was like, dang, this isn't like, this is something. And I just felt something, that I was like, this is something that I want to do, like that I've always wanted to do. This is something I got to do. And, you know, for some reason I kept like changing channels. I still don't know why. Um, Maybe because there's a lot of stuff going on then, and also there's still a lot of stuff going on now. But I mean, it still is just I had the most popular channel, which ended up being the last previous to this, and pretty much that was where most of the grind was in. I've written a series that started in 2016 that I started writing, and I've wrote it for years and years and years, and then like 5 years into the making, it just kind of, you know, but yeah, I had that series. It definitely, if I had it still, it would have 100% blew up. It would have been one of the biggest series, not only on YouTube but in the world. 100%. Unfortunately, some things didn't go through. Some people, I get onto making the series with, but the only thing that mattered is as long as I stayed, true to the series, it was become bigger than it was. But it was called World War III Battle of the Treasure, Battle for the Treasure, and World War III Survival War. And that was like the sub names for it. It was actually, it had a bigger name that I cannot, that I didn't make yet. I didn't come up with, the full name for it. But to give a brief little info, if you haven't heard of it, because it blew up a little bit on my old channel. It was kind of a big series. then. But basically, you have these people, the Rubirics, I guess you could say. I don't know. And then the Saphirics. So, like Ruby and Sapphire, and then the Emeraldics. And basically, um, they're like, and it sounds like it's kind of like from Pokemon, which I don't think it was like inspired from that. It what it truly was most likely inspired by was like the Marvel and all that. It was a superhero series, but also it was like real world. Like it was not only like fiction, but it was nonfiction and fiction like together. Like say all of these myths, fairy tales, and all these things were like real. All that's real, but also you have all the world problems going on and all the world and all that stuff combined. Like all of that's combined. It was gonna be something incredible. It was gonna be great, and it was its own thing. Like it was its original thing, and it was really cool. Um, and it was extremely interesting. And the most funniest part is it started as just me and my old friend. Just it started out called Nerf War Battle of the Treasure, and it was just us playing with Nerf guns. And his little brother dressed up as like some enemy vampire type thing, casting magic and all that. And it was it was like a horror movie. The whole house was in the dark, well, most of it. And we're like commentating as everything was going on. Not only were we like, you know, in basically in the movie kind of thing in the series, but we were commentating over it, and it was just over the top and it was great. But unfortunately, that series got somehow deleted, and so did the series that it actually started from before that, which was uh funny enough, even funnier than that, called Georgie the Bear. And that was a thing for a little bit that also was big, and it collided with Georgie and was like his story. And it was like his story, and it was a big thing. It was like time travel, and it was just us two, you know a bear suit, Big Bear in the Blue House, parody. And just it was it was fun. It was really fun. And the camera, and that's all we used. And then just my sexy editing, and yeah, and then it became a big series. And that was just like the beginning of it too. That wasn't like how much I've written. I had at least this stack of papers, at least this much. And that might not look like super super big, but let's see. We have a piece of paper here. All right, we got this piece of paper. I'm talking this much of written, and 5 years in the making. There's so much to it, and it was a lot of greatness that was in it. And I still have a lot of it up in here than I do have it written. um but some of the stuff I can't remember. That's kind of why I wrote it on paper. But um there's a lot of like parodies and stuff. There's parodies. There was it, like, not only was it going to be fiction, nonfiction, but with the like real world thing going on, like the characters we have in our world right now, basically, like we're gonna be like parodied, or actually in the series, like, you know, Elmo or something, you know what I'm saying? Or freaking Pee Wee Herman. There's just these random things. Like, we had the mythology and all that stuff in there, and those weren't going to be like it was not like a parody, but it was kind of like a parody. But it was also real world. Like it actually had you know information. It was just great. And I'm hoping to revive and maybe restart the whole thing, because it was It was huge. I mean, unfortunately, all the papers got, lost and all that. But it was a huge. It was something. Um, but yeah, I've been doing YouTube for quite a long time, and just how I got inspired was I watched videos and I was like, you know what, this looks kind of funny and kind of fun. I'm gonna try it out on my own. So I uploaded a couple videos. You can see my old channel, a while back. Um, and I was uploading like Omegle freaking trolling videos, when Omegle was a thing. Uh, Pokemon card openings. Actually, I did not do that until like a couple years after, but uh just great stuff. There's a lot of stuff that I did. And then when I got Call of Duty in 2013 with the PS3 was the start of the kind of like the new generation. Before that I was kind of like on older type games, but that was the start. And then the year after that, yep, MW3 was a really good game. I remember the survival was just it was good. It was really good. But uh yeah, that's basically for the most part, how the gaming all started. And yeah, that's the gaming. So for music, it's actually funny because it connects with gaming and music when I started YouTube. So back in, well, other than just listening to music and obviously enjoying music, who doesn't enjoy music? I mean, if you don't enjoy music, then I mean that's kind of interesting. I don't really know anybody that doesn't. There's always something out there for someone, like and like I've said before, there's always something that someone can like and enjoy. But uh so other than listening to music in 2012, I think is when I was like, all right, this is cool. So this is gonna sound a little embarrassing, but back in 2012 is when I discovered. Let me just step right in. I got things to event. Epic Rap Battles of History, Season 2, Bill Gates versus Steve Jobs. And that's what basically got me into the whole thing. Ever since I watched that one, I was like, yo, what the heck are these? And why are they so good? I was like, they have historical people, that were in history just rapping against each other. Like, what? That's like, that's and the roasts were freaking, and the roasts were like insane. And of course, it's been through like 6 seasons now. They're making a new one actually right now. And ever since then, I've been watching that channel. One of the best channels on YouTube for sure. But that's what started to get me into like, the hip hop rap type thing, seeing kind of stuff like that, like I started to get like really interested cuz I was like this sounds freaking dope. Like they're spitting, And it was, that was like a start of a time. And then, 3 years later is when I started actually writing music. And that's when I started, writing, you know, and putting my time into writing. Writing became one of the biggest things. And, a year after I started making YouTube content and stuff, uh basically is when the whole music thing was starting to happen. So I was deeply like super like hip hop was probably the biggest like genre that I enjoyed, out of all these other genres. Like I was listening to like it was like 80%, nah, not even 80%, 90% hip hop, 10% other genres, which probably had like pop and rock and stuff like that. But it was like 90 mostly hip hop. And uh you know 3 years later, it meets freaking Curtis Young. Like that, it's insane to think about. But it's crazy. But you know, I started writing then, and I've been writing since for 6 years now. Is when I started, writing music and really devoting the time into writing. And I made some pretty good tracks. And unfortunately, one of the things that really is like, oh man, it's just one of those things I like. Just so I've had previous phones before this. Some of them lost, probably. Some of them sold, probably. And some of them, I don't even know what the heck happened to them. But either way, s- and it's whack. But I had so many things. Now, I not only wrote on paper, but I wrote on the phone mainly. Is how I wrote things because it was faster. You can press and make a letter go, but that could be debatable because honestly, you could just do it either way. Um, but I was just quick, on doing stuff like that. So when I started doing that, it just came to me, like at that point, I knew like I had to be an artist and YouTuber. Like music, gaming was like two things that I was like that had to happen. And then with the whole writing thing going in, not only just music, but I was gonna start doing all the filming and stuff too. I've already been in films and already been in like stuff like that on YouTube. Um, but I've never actually, done it myself. And there's still, a lot to come, like I said, but it's just we just wait and see. But again, I have a lot of stuff in store, but another thing is just all that stuff is like a lot of it's gone. I wrote a lot of stuff of just movie ideas, just movies, even scripts and stuff and freaking raps and ideas and just there's a lot of stuff that got lost and there were some bars, by the way, there was some freaking bars up in there. But unfortunately it just kind of just went. I don't know where, but it went. And then I'm still doing it now. I definitely think I was in my prime or maybe I'm in my prime. I don't know, but I probably think I was better then than I am now. But I like all genres of music. It's not just uh hip hop and all that. It just was, you know, you hear some music and you like it and then it just it's definitely, hip hop was one of the things that I kind of grew up on, and Eminem and stuff like that. But with all that out of the way, uh that's basically the how I started, doing music, gaming, and YouTube, basically in writing, basically the whole setup for, the whole thing. And yeah, that's pretty much that. I have a lot of stuff I want to do. Like for example, actually, I'll throw out one of the ones I got right now. That probably sounded weird. Um yeah, that I got from one of the tracks. Um Gotta find a good one. I gotta find a good one because there's a lot of good ones that's coming out. Uh they ain't on the food chain. They moving like they got mood swings. I'm cruising with the squad because we do things. You know, that's one of them. Yeah, it's there. I add okay, hold up. I'm bruising instrumentals. They ain't on the food chain. They're moving like they got mood swings. I'm cruising with the squad because we do things. You know, it's still got a little bit of work going on. You know, I'm still adding stuff. You know, when I get time to do that stuff. But again, it's there's a lot of work and a lot of stuff. That's like the 10th time that's happened. And there's a lot that goes to it. You know, I'm rocking, the Peep stuff right now, that's one of my favorite artists, and yeah, for sure. You know, there's a lot that there's coming and that I got planned, and I'm really looking forward to doing a lot more content, and I'm gonna just be working, all that hustle and grind. That's what I'm gonna be doing. But it's just something that I enjoy doing, and I know a lot of others enjoy, and I really want to just, I have a lot of stuff that I want to put out there, and um, that's pretty much that. But I think that's going to end it off for this Legends Chambers. Uh, I really hope y'all enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like if you want to see more, if you enjoy the content. It really helps the channel. I'd really appreciate it. Uh, Leave some comments, questions, anything of the sort. And usually we'll do like Q&As during these, podcasts and stuff. And I'll answer questions, either live or in comments. And we'll always be doing that. So if I end up not seeing your comment, or in the live chat, comment on the live chat, then just keep sending it, or tweet them at me too. uh I'll go through like each platform there. um or yeah, that's pretty much that. And I hope all of you will have an ultimate and legendary day. It is freaking cold. And is it this one? Yeah, it's still numb. How? I don't know how that's possible, but uh all right. So, yeah, that's going to be it for right now. After this video, I'm going to be taking a break, and I'll be back soon or later. I don't know when I'll be back, but I got a lot of stuff that I got to work on. So, with all that said, stay positive, wash your hands, wash your ass, wash your face, wash your nose and ears, make sure you wash, and stay good, stay safe. And yeah, so just, yeah, pretty much. And I will see you guys soon or later. And, whenever the time comes. And love y'all. Thank y'all so much for the support so far. And I will be doing what I can to make more content. So, yeah. See you guys later. That was gonna be like an outro, but that'd be looking not correct. So we just